Hey guys, this is Bruce. Long time no see. Um, I'm gonna do a live for no damn reason at all. Before I do a live on my other channel, um, I'm gonna just answer questions from these things over here. These, right? I don't know if you can see that, but this. I'm just gonna go down and answer questions that I know normally. I haven't been on this channel for a bit, so let's do some pruning. Let's pick some of these weeds out of here. Get some stuff done. Let's do some gardening. All right. Somebody said, I want to get introduced to your I wanted to get introduced to IT through your channel. Okay. So if you guys didn't know, I have another channel where I talk about mostly IT stuff. And so that's where I've been spending most of my time for the last few years. And I do have plans for this channel. I've got some stuff queued up, but I want to take my time to edit it, put it together and stuff. It's about some of the business stuff that we do in the background. We've been doing a bunch of stuff with Airbnbs and real estate and stuff like that. So I got some footage. I've been filming that stuff, so I'm gonna put that on this channel. And let me just answer this guy. It says, I want to get into IT. Can you introduce me to your channel? No problem. I will do that right now. Check out Convo courses. I'm gonna introduce you guys to that right now. Convo courses. Okay. All right. So let me show you guys. Let me give you guys an introduction of what I've been doing here. So if you didn't know, my main profession is cybersecurity, and I've been doing that for many years. Oh, you can come in. You can. Yeah, go ahead. This is just my other channel. So Charm doesn't usually appear on the other channels, but on this one, it's about whatever. So I want to introduce you guys, and Corey, I see you, man. But I want to introduce you guys to my stuff here. So I got this site called combocourses.com. And what I do here is talk about IT stuff. And it's just something I've been doing for a really long time. It's mostly cybersecurity type stuff. And I have books, I have courses, I have a bunch of free downloadable stuff. It's for people who are interested in this type of stuff. And it's been going pretty good. I gotta say, it's been going pretty good. And it's something that if I can see clearly that if I write more books, if I do more courses, I can retire. I can no longer do I could stop my actual job and just do that. It's doing that good. It has potential to. I just need to put more time into it. So here it is right here. It's not really introductory IT stuff. I do have a little bit of that, but not enough to where I would where I'm teaching people. But if I had more time, I totally could do that. Like an introduction to actual IT. I don't really do that, but I could point you to the right resources. I'm mostly talking to people who are already doing this, or people who have devoted part of their life to just doing nothing but it. But that stuff, that's my audience for this stuff. And that channel's been doing really well. And I would like to branch out to do much more. So it's not just a channel on YouTube. It's an actual site and a course and a book and books and all kinds of stuff that I do. But let me show you the actual site on YouTube. Let me see. Convo courses. This is it right here. The other channel. I have a podcast. I've been doing it. Like this video right here. This video is 2 years old. I did this 2 years ago on this channel. It's got 10,000 views right now, but that's not that good considering. Well, I guess for this genre, it's good because this genre doesn't get a lot of views. Even the top guys don't get like Mr. Beast views. You know what I mean? It's not like it's a very niche audience. So it's a small number of views you're gonna get, but the people who are interested are paying customers. So so that's kind of what that is. That's what it is right there. I got a bunch of shorts. I got books, courses, downloadables, all kinds of stuff. And I've been doing it for, man, as long as I've been doing this channel, as long as I've been doing the when it was called Yuri Bruce. Like, I've been doing it that long. So yeah, that's what I do. Um, it's gotten big enough to where people from my old jobs are starting to contact me. It's wild to see that. People from my old job are starting to contact me. People from my family, old friends are starting to contact me, because it's not like I was advertising to friends and family. I didn't tell them anything I was doing. I just went out and did it. And then over time, people start like, is this you? Like, this is you? And is this something I've been doing? Corey said, "Hey Bruce, coming by to hit the like button. Thinking about joining the Vet Tech program. Any advice will help dearly." Yeah, so I can share with you some personal experience as a vet. I have a bunch of problems. I got back problems, PTSD, all kinds of ear. Yeah, I can't hear because I was shooting for like 3-4 years, big ass guns and stuff, and so my hearing is affected. Right. It as great as the military was, it took a toll on me. It took a big bite out of me. As you know, if you're a vet, you know what I'm talking about. It takes a toll on you to go that direction. And when I got out, and my friend was telling me, man, you should apply for medical and stuff. And I was like, man, I don't need it. But meanwhile, I did have problems, and then I applied for getting vet benefits and stuff. And yeah, they found I have a bunch of problems. I say all that to say there's another thing as a vet you can do that I didn't know about, but my buddy told me about it. And it teaches vets how to use the skills that they learned in the military to get schooling for free. They'll pay you, not just for free. Like, not only will they pay for your college, but they'll pay you to get into this trade and work with you to get another job. Like, and they're paying you while you're going to school and while you're attempting to get this other job. And I can't remember what it's called, but it's a really good program. So I tried to get into it because my buddy was doing it. He was like, "Oh man, they're paying me. I'm going to school to get my bachelor's degree, and they're paying me and stuff." I was like, "Oh shit, man, maybe I should try this." So I went and applied for it and went and sat in the class. And they were talking about the job I was already doing. They were like, "Oh, you can work remotely and do cybersecurity, and you can make upwards of 100,000." And I'm sitting in the class like, I'm already doing that. And I just walked out the class. I was like, okay, this is not for me. Like, this is for people who maybe they were in logistics in the military, or they were MPs, and they kind of want to go into another trade when they got out and stuff. I realized I was doing like one of the top jobs you can do, and I realized now everybody was doing as well. So my advice to any veteran, military veteran, regardless of the branch you are in, is to take full, complete advantage of anything they offer you. And let me see if I can find what the program is called. It's like, yeah. So take full advantage of whatever is offered. Don't be full of pride and think that you are too good or too strong to take advantage of these things. Okay, here's what it's called right here: veteran vocational rehabilitation. That's what it's called. So my advice to you, Corey, or anybody else who happens to listen to this in the future, is to take full advantage of this if you can, because this right here will change your life. I want you to see the name of this so you can chase this down. And I don't think this is just for veterans um, who are disabled. This is not just for disabled vets, I don't think. Read through it. I don't know all the details about it, but this is the name of it. And let me tell you something about this career field, man, about tech. It's what's called veteran and service. It's called the Veteran Readiness and Employment, vetting, Veteran Readiness and Employment, VR&E, formerly called Vocational Rehabilitation and Employment. You're right. Okay, there you go, right there. This is it. Veteran Readiness and Employment, VR&E. Look that up right there. This right here will change your life. I want to tell you a little something about what's happened to me. I just happen to be a nerd. Like, I was a geek, a nerd. I just really like this stuff. I love technology. I've just been fascinated with it from when I was even a little kid. I remember being in elementary school when they didn't have, way back in the Stone Age, when they didn't have computers in school. Our school got a computer, a Macintosh. I will never forget this. They had a Macintosh in the library, and we were little kids, and they were explaining to us this little game. It was like a little fishing game. You would fish for letters or something. They were teaching us. It taught you like how to spell or something. I can't remember what it was, but I was blown away. I was blown away about how they were how this was possible. I couldn't wrap my head around it. It was magic to me, and from that day on, I was obsessed with technology. Obsessed. No matter what job I did, no matter where I was at, all my jobs, I was always looking up how to do things. I was just obsessed with it. Fast forward, right, until adulthood. I went into the military at like 20 years old, 19, whatever age I was. And I was an MP. I was a military police officer. I was a security police is what they called it at the time, a million years ago, back in the dinosaur Stone Age. So I was a cop, but I still was obsessed with computers, and I was taking computers apart on my spare time and stuff. And then I found out, hey, I can cross train or go from this job to this job while being in the military. And I did it. I cross trained from this job, being an MP, being a weapons specialist to be exact, to being a computer operator. And I was in heaven. I was learning how all this stuff worked. I did programming on my own. I was just obsessed with it. And then I got out the military, and man, so this has allowed me to travel the world. Through recessions, I haven't had a problem. In fact, I make more money during recessions. I've been able to buy properties. I've been able to start businesses. I've been able to, and that's what my whole other channel's about. Like, it's how get people into this field and to answer people's questions on TikTok and on YouTube and Facebook and stuff. This has changed my life. And anybody who's my wives, my ex-wives, my kids, my kids, my extended family, everybody has benefited off of this job I had, because this income has not stopped. I've been able to start and fail with businesses. I've been able to make crazy investments. I've been able to live a complete life because of this career field. So if there's a way you can get into this, even if you don't like it, it's not about what you like or don't like. This is about money, right? This is really about money, whether you like it or not. This is going to be a field that's not going to stop growing. It hasn't stopped. It's not going to stop. Everything is going in the direction of IT, and that's why I haven't had a problem getting jobs. And these are high-paying jobs, by the way. This is not 20, 30, or even $40 an hour. This is my highest paying job was $80 an hour. And to be honest with you, some people I've met make way more than that. And I'm not even messing with you. I'm being completely real and serious. Now, granted, you have to have a bunch of years of experience and certifications and whatever. But I'm just saying, any time and effort you put into this, if it takes you 3 years or 4 or 5 years to make 6 figures, it's worth your time. It is worth your time. And to be able to, if I wanted to, I could start making money. I could start making creating businesses. I've been offered. If I go to sam.gov right now, I could go to Sam. There's a site called sam.gov where the government, the federal U.S. government, has contracts for you people like you and I who have a business, who you got to jump to a bunch of hoops. Like you have to have an LLC, has to have an EIN, you have to have a DUNS number, slash cage number, whatever. You got to go through some hoops and do some documentation and stuff like that. Everything has to be above board and legit. That stuff's not hard, by the way. It's just a bunch of stuff you got to do. But I could literally apply for some of those contracts and be making well above six figures. I know people who've done it and have tried to hire me. So there's just a lot of opportunities for in IT, in tech, and it's not as hard as you think. Is there going to be some upfront work? Is there a learning curve? There is. And that's the stuff I talk about on my other channel. But it's worth it if you put the time in to learn this field and to learn the common body of stuff that you need to know. This has been life-changing for me. If there's one thing I could point out that, that I could say really has been like the goose that laid the golden egg and never stopped, it's been that being in this field of IT. And it's funny because I always thought, if I was a real estate agent, wow, you make all that money and stuff. Man, real estate agents don't make shit. Let me tell you something. There's a couple of rare ones that make crazy money, right? Like very, very talented people, or just very well connected, or some combination of being very well connected and a brilliant at it and a great salesperson, and they look attractive and right. And if you add all that stuff up, they're and then they're also in a great market. They happen to be in this market that's fertile for the time that they're in or whatever. And then they're just making millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of. Most real estate agents are not like that. They have great clothes and they have a nice car and everything looks great, but they're in crazy amount of debt. Especially if they don't take advantage of being an actual investor, a real estate investor, because that's where the real money is being a real estate investor. I thought that career path was like, that's it. No, it's not, because I saw Yuri do it and I'm like, holy shit, it's not that good. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not that good. I thought, the real money's in real estate investing. That's where and you don't have to have a real estate broker license for that. So real estate investing is the real money. So I don't know. Anyway, IT makes a lot of money. You can take that money and you can reinvest it in yourself, in your family, in being a real estate investor, in business ventures and stocks, 401ks, wherever floats your boat. You can use that extra cash to do those things. So I'm just telling you, like, this field is worth your time. So I hope that answers your question. Lex, how you doing? What's good, Bruce? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you too, man. I want to answer a couple more questions before I let you guys go. This one's not gonna be long. Somebody asked me, is Charm your new girlfriend? No, she's my wife. That is my wife. And I mean, the next natural question is, why did I get remarried so fast? And I just think it's better to be married, to be honest with you. For me, marriage is I don't do anything halfway. I mean, we were girlfriend and boyfriend for quite some time. I've been broken up since 2021. So that's it's a long time to be alone. But yeah, we had a relationship for a while. I went to the Philippines a few times. If you look at my other channel, you can see some of the trips I made. Mostly I'm talking about IT stuff, but I'm on those trips talking. I didn't talk on this channel for a while because I just didn't. I'd built up this channel for a long time, with my ex, and so I didn't know how. I almost deleted this channel, to be honest with you. After everything, I was like, I was so close to deleting it. I was like, and I didn't do it and the reason why I didn't do it is because there's a lot of awesome people that I met on this channel, and it was not about the channel, it's about the community that was built around it. And I met personally met some awesome people here, people who actually contributed to the direction that I've taken in my life as far as like real estate and business and stuff. It's been a hell of a journey, man. What's the link to your IT channel? It's if you type in at combo courses, you'll find it. Actually, let me see if I can put it into the comments here. Convo courses. Let me see if that'll take you there. Just if you're on YouTube, type in at Convo Courses, you'll find it. Trend Flow Ninja Master. How you doing, man? How are you? How are you? I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right. I'm just answering questions. Hey, Bruce, I'm going back to the Philippines in May. Oh man, that's incredible. Charm said to meet that she has a friend she wants you to meet. Charm said she has a friend she wants you to meet. LOL. The Wallace Life messaged me. How you doing, man? Wallace Life, that's my man right there. Uh, once I get into forex trading business going, I'm going to do the same. And go into the Big Rob. How you doing, Big Rob? So is the forex stuff doing well for you? I did the I tried trading for a while. At one point I tried to do some I was doing day trading, and actually what's crazy is I found a little bit of success with it. It was what I found is I just spent too much time doing it. It just wasn't for me. It was one of those things that worked, but just wasn't for me personally. And I was doing like options trading, and I think that swing trading was a little bit better for me. Swing trading or just like long holding, just like buy some stocks and then hold it for a long time. And actually, I met a couple guys who did really really well with trading and or holding stocks and stuff. It just wasn't for me, you know. I mean, you know how you feel. You get into something, whether it's sports or it's a hobby or a business or whatever. You get into something and it's just not for you. You know what I mean? It just wasn't for me. Like I was doing all right. He says I created a strategy that's working for me, but I created a course for those that want it in huge success there. I made my first 10,000 in a month. Man, that's incredible. Congrats on that. Yeah, man. I found for me, like I tried trading and it did work. Just like crypto, I tried it and it does work. I still do crypto. Like I'll buy it, wait till it goes up, and then I'll sell it, and it worked. But what's worked better has been creating courses and books, and then also doing real estate. Those two things work better. And it's less work. Like I would get more for less amount of work, and so the trade off for me has been really good for those things. For court, and then I'm good. I'm pretty good at it. It's something that is easy for me to do, and people like gravitate towards my style of teaching, and it's something that is conversational for me. It's just easy, and then it'll make me money, and I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? So the combination of those things I've been doing has worked. And whereas when I was doing day trading, and that's not to speak poorly on forex trading, because that might be something different. I don't even know. I know it's foreign exchange trading. It sounds like it's a brilliant idea. It sounds like it would work, right? But I'm just talking about like the businesses that I tried and they worked, but it just wasn't for me. Another one that I did that I tried and it worked, but it wasn't for me was like I had a local business, like a brick and mortar for a while, and it worked, but it just was, again, it wasn't for me. It was like This is too much work, man, to get a small return on my investment. That it wasn't, to me, it wasn't really a small return on my investment, and we could have gotten it bigger. It just, the next level of effort, I was like, by the time that next level of effort came, I was already off doing something else. And the thing that stayed with me all these years has been teaching. Like, that's the one thing. If I put an ounce in, I get a pound back, and it's been like that. And I don't know why. I'm not sure like what's going on. I think that I'm just, people like my teaching style, so I'll put something out, and people are like, "Oh shit, this is good," and they keep consuming it. They keep wanting more, and I don't even have the time to do the amount. If I did the amount that if I did the amount that needed to do to live completely off of the income of it, I think it would, especially knowing what I know now, I think I wouldn't have to work anymore. I'm trying to get to that point because I don't want to just be an employee for the rest of my life. So, yeah, sure. Thank you. All right. So Big Rob, good to hear from you, man. Let me see here. Let me answer some more questions. Somebody said, the red pill will never lose. The red pill never loses. Perfect example of human nature from a woman. Men and women are different. I don't, maybe I just don't understand what red pill stuff is. Let me look at the definition of it. Red pill. What is it? Before I start hating on it. Red pill. What is the meaning? Maybe I just don't know. Can somebody explain it to me? Maybe I'm not understanding what they. Okay. Red pill. I know it has something to do with the MTAL stuff, but I don't fully. Maybe I just don't understand. Becoming aware of political biases inherent in society, including the mainstream media, and ultimately becoming an independent thinker. So, in other words, like thinking outside the box and not being like, and not subscribing to the mainstream thought of a concept. And now that, oh yeah, thank you, appreciate it. Okay, so I get what they're saying. They're saying like men are being brainwashed. We're taking the blue pill. And wait, let me see. Men and women. What do they mean? Maybe I'm not understanding what they mean by it. Cuz I think I know what it means, but I don't fully. I just I just for years the red pill and the MTAL guys have come at my throat. And then some of the passport bros too have come at me, and it's like it's always real negative. And I don't fully, I think we just disagree, it's, and I don't blame them, to be honest with you, because I really don't blame them. Like, it's been a hard road for me. It's been a hard road. It's it's been a hard road. I could tell you that. And some of the stuff they say is absolutely true. Like my first one, like, not only I had to take the kids because she was abusive, and then I could talk openly about it now because she took me to court half a dozen times to get more and more money from me. I think it's human nature. So I can agree to a point that human nature is making it so that women are taking advantage of the system, a system that favors them to get the kids, favors them to get money off of you. I actually experienced it. It was traumatic. And I get why some dudes are become a little bit angry about how things have gotten, and do not want to remarry in this country, or be with any woman for that matter. I get it, because human nature makes it so that people take advantage of people, and it doesn't gender aside. I think that some people, when I think that what's happening is that the laws favor them, and then some people who are very selfish and greedy take advantage of that, and take advantage of men, And some men are like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'm not. Marriage is for fools. I'm not gonna do it. I'm out. And then they check out. For me, the way I think about it is love is about risk. And I'm not afraid to get hurt. And I've been blessed enough to where I can afford to lose. Not to say I should be foolish enough to keep losing, but I'm not betting on losing. I, each time that I go for it, I'm I'm choosing what I believe is a winner. And to be honest, like more good in my I could say this truthfully about the last marriage. More good came out of it than bad. It's too bad that we had to end it, but we just have a different we just want different things in life. I mean, honestly, that's the truth. We just want different things out of a relationship, out of a partner. We see like happiness looks different for both of us. And that's what honestly happened. It wasn't money, it wasn't like trying to take advantage of me or vice versa. To be honest, when we left each other, it was like, look, I don't want nothing from you. Like I just want you to be happy, but I need to be happy over here. Both of us had the same attitude. And we're like, okay, look, maybe we can meet somewhere in the middle. Let's be cool. Let's continue a business. You go your way and I do my thing. And that's exactly what happened. We're now both married. She's happily married. I'm happily married. It's we ended on good terms. We're still friends. We're still cool, but we can't be married. You know what I mean? We can't live in the same house. Like it can't happen. So I don't know. Like I just don't fall into the narrative that the red pill guys think has happened. And not in this situation. I think in my first marriage, like that was some crazy shit right there. And because of that, I'll probably never marry an in America to an American ever again because of that shit. It was I tell you this, but if I told you the whole story, you'd be like, "What the?" You wouldn't believe it. You would not believe it. Let me see. Lex says, "I feel you. I've been working at FedEx for a decade. Inflation, rent, car repairs are kicking my butt. IT may be a solid option. Just just subs to your combo courses." Hey Lex, I thought that FedEx guys made pretty good money. Am I thinking about the UPS guys? Maybe I'm thinking of the UPS guys that make pretty good money. And then they have like a retirement. They were like one of the few organizations and jobs that still like offer a decent retirement and and everything. So maybe that's what I'm thinking. Am I right or wrong? And then I've heard about people buying FedEx routes. Like that's one of the big things I keep hearing about from the passive income guys is that you can buy is that the FedEx routes it makes pretty good money. And so maybe that's something you can consider. Like keep your job and then start to like build like a FedEx routes to do your thing. I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas. I don't know if it works. I've not tracked that down. I don't even know how that makes money, but a couple of dudes who I follow have been talking about how that's pretty good. And then also the UPS guys seems to be it's brutal, but after 20 years, they have a real retirement. They have a real like it's one of the few organizations that really still take care of their employees after and they're making like 80 or 90, which is great. He says, "You're right. You're right. UPS drivers get paid really good." Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I'm just kind of throwing out options, man. I'm just throwing out like ideas, kind of putting a straw man together, like things that you could probably do. I'm not discounting IT. It's good, but there is a huge learning curve. It's gonna take you a while to get from here to there. In the beginning, you don't automatically start making $100,000 a year. It takes a while to get there. Like maybe if you play your cards right, you could take 3 solid years of hardcore experience and certifications and stuff. In 3 years, you could probably get to like 80. Like if you played your cards right. 2 years, if you're a maniac, if you're crazy, you could get to 80, 90, 100,000 in 2 years if you were if you're really about this life. If you could, it's possible. But yeah, UPS drivers I heard make like 80, 90, and then when they retire, these fools are they have a real retirement, unlike most organizations out there. So that might be something to think about. Um, appreciate you too, man. Thanks for talking to me. Three conservative gimps. He says, I'll be going to the Philippines May 11. Man, congrats, man. I envy you. I miss the Philippines. It's been how many years has it been? 1 year, almost 1 year now. No, it's not even been eight months, huh? It's been about 8 months. Um, 5? October. Oh yeah, we got back in October, huh? So yeah, October is the last time I was in the Philippines to go grab Charm, and we flew back here together. But we were there for about what, a month. We were there. I like took a month long vacation from my job, went there, and then um we're there like processing all the rest of the papers to get her here and everything, and just had a good time. And she offered to send you her friend, like she can, like if you're going there, you can, her friend. She's laughing because her friend's in Singapore right now, so maybe not. It was a joke, by the way. um Hope to see Purple Shadow. Yeah. Oh, are you gonna meet with Purple Shadow and some of Yuri's family over there? That's cool. Are you I know there's a couple people that's renting from one of the Airbnbs we have there. Oh, it's Art. Oh, how you doing, man? Man, Art, man, you've been following me since before the Yuri Bruce days. Before it was called Yuri Bruce. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, Purple Shadow's a good people, man. Just don't get on our bad side. But yeah, have a good time over there, man. It's great. It's really always have a great time over there. Cebu is my favorite. Andy, how you doing, man? My man Andy. Oh man, we have so many things to talk about off this channel. There's so many questions and stuff I want to ask you that I can't talk about here for reasons you know why. I saw her last April. Oh, you saw Purple Shadow last April. That's cool. Yeah, yeah. Purple Shadow like meets a bunch of people from our channel. Will go and that are also subscribed to her channel and go meet her personally and everything. Like she's doing well for herself. She's like, I think she's married now. Um, her son, wow, that kid's brilliant. Like her, I gotta say, Yuri's family, like very impressive. Very impressive group of people, especially on business and stuff. Yeah, I got the pleasure of meeting some of them. The one and everybody. I'm Purple Shadow. Super smart. One of the smartest people I've ever met. Super smart. And her son, wow, holy crap, that kid's brilliant. I'm super impressive. And then their family, who I never met. Um, they're also like judges and lawyers and own a bunch of land, and like her family's part of her family's very, very, very successful, like crazy influential. Hey Art, man, Art, how many channels do you have, man? How many channels do you have? Art, you have 3 conservative gimps. You have Art Code Drones, and I know you had another one. Here's my other channel. Yeah, I believe I'm subscribed to your channel, Art. Okay, let me see here. Let me see here. Let me answer some more questions here. I have four channels. Yeah, I've got a ton of channels too, but only like two that are active. You know what I mean? Like this channel and the other one. It must be the same for you, right, Art? I know you have like a fishing channel. Art has like a fishing channel, a drone channel or two, and then like a conservative channel, and then like comedian. He's like a comedian. And sorry, Art, I haven't gotten the chance to meet you, man. We'll get a time. We'll get a chance, man. I haven't forgotten. I've just been super busy lately. Super, super, super busy. Yeah, fishing channel. Yeah, I know. Fishing channel. What about your? I think you have a comedy channel too, right? Is that the three conservative gimps? That's three different channels. Let me see. I'm gonna read some more of these before I let you guys go. Textbook reason to break a woman that doesn't submit to an alpha male, that there's always one leader. Oh my god. I don't know, man. Wow, dude. Art, man, how many channels do you have? Art, let me ask you this, man. What's your most successful channel? Like as in your following is active, like it's popping, like you've got a huge following that or where it makes income, or like what's your most successful, what would you say is your most successful channel? For me, for sure, it's combo courses. The combo courses channel is very, it's, the following is strong. It has, it makes an income. It's just I could probably sell it and make about $100,000 off that whole, if I was to sell that thing, at least 100,000. And this channel, maybe I could probably sell this channel. What's your most success? Let me tell me what's your, oh, Art Code Drones. That's right. Yeah. Actually, yeah, I would say looking at it looks like your most successful channel, because you've got people coming on there. You've got like a following. You've got like a voice that that's clearly defined. Like you have a place and you have a voice, and you're being heard on that Art Code Drones channel. I remember when you made that shift. You had your other channel. I don't remember what your old channel was called. And then you made a shift. And as soon as you start talking about drones, like you just had like, you were talking about something that people weren't touching on, and people were jumping on your, like you had this following and there's a niche for it and everything. So you nailed it on that one, Art. Why would you say that one, what happened to make that one successful? I'm just curious. Maybe I want to learn something from a man who's been doing this a long time and who has four different channels. You've got the fishing channel, you've got the three conservative gimps channel, that's like a comedy channel, and then you've got the chef channel, the drone. Like what was it about the drone channel that made it blow up, that made it successful? Like what was the nuance? I could tell you, while I'm waiting for your answer, for combo courses versus this channel here, is that this channel has gone through like 4 or 5 different major changes. This channel for the most part has been like a lab, like where I just experiment with things, and some things work and some things don't. And some people only wanted to hear me talk about Visa stuff back when it was a Visa channel. And then it's like I have like 3 or 4 different audiences. It's got a Visa audience who, as long as I'm talking, if I don't talk about Visa, they don't want to hear about it, period. And then I have like a relationship audience, which is the majority of people who talk to me are from that world. And then I have like people who just over the years have bonded with me personally, or with Yuri personally. And those are like the three I'm sure there's other ones, but those are the three main audiences I had. And because I had so many audiences, this one kind of like it fluctuated. It's like you got to key in on one audience and make it big enough to where you can expand. And that's kind of what I did with the Convo courses one. Whereas I just focused on one thing, no matter what was going on. I just focused on one thing. I didn't talk about any other topics except for IT. Every now and then I would sway here and there, but it pretty much just focused on one thing. And I think that contributed to the success. Besides that, there was an audience that really wanted to talk about it. They're always asking me questions about that stuff, and I just accommodated that audience. So and that's all I did for years on that one. Um, he said, okay, I do a live stream every Saturday. Artco Drones. Okay, this is Artco Drones secrets. Oh man, I'm seeing some things that. Okay, hold on. Let me put your. It says I do a live stream every Saturday at 5 p.m. Okay, and then also I give away coffee. I give away toffee. Nice. And so those are the main things that contributed. I would say the same thing, Art. Like I think that with the Convo courses, what solidified the audience was that I would just do lives. I just do constant lives. And you said you put out a lot of I put out lots of content every week, and that's another thing I do. So on the other channel, I'm just constantly putting out content, and I just don't stop. It's just constantly, and it has lives on a consistent basis. It has content on a consistent basis, and I focused on one audience, and so I think that that's why. Whereas this one, I'm just not consistent with content. I do the opposite. Like I don't do many lives on here. Um, yeah, your your channel was popping off back in 2017 and 2020. Yeah, it did. Like I had a couple of back in I would say 2020, 2019, 2020. I had a couple of virals. I had more than one virals, more than one viral. It's probably my most viral moment on this channel. Um, that was a hot year. Crazy. Like I was walking. It got to a point where I'll be walking around somebody and people would recognize me. I remember we went to San Francisco and I was walking down the street and somebody pointed. It's like I was walking. I was literally in a crosswalk and somebody was like, Bruce. And then we crossed the street together and the dude started talking to me about this channel. I was like, what the hell? This is weird. Or I'd just be in the store around where I lived and somebody was be like, hey, I know you. Like, and that happened several times. So yeah, that was crazy. That was around 2020 when that was happening. I missed the vibe during that time. Yeah. Um Bittersweet, right? That was had a beginning, a middle, and an end. But gotta move on to bigger and better things. I'm staying with James Tanner of Pidream and in Lipa City, Batangas in May. Oh, nice. That's awesome, man. Pidream, my Pidream is still doing content. Let me see. My Pidream. I don't follow the Philippines content as much as I used to. I mean the expat to Philippines content. 60,000 subscribers. Let me see. I'm trying to put a picture with this guy's face. Oh, this is that dude. This is that real estate guy, isn't it? Yeah, this guy. This is the real estate guy. Yeah, I'm subscribed to this guy actually. Look at this. Yeah, look at that. Let me put this up. This guy right here, is this the one you're talking about? My PI Dream? Yeah, I remember this guy. I remember they did a really good. They had some content on them building a house. They built a house in the Philippines, and this dude right here is like a construction worker or something. He was directing everybody on how to build it, and I think he was built it in the province or something like that. It's one of my favorite bits of content was when he's building a house in the Philippines and like talking about how to do it. And yeah, here it is right here. This was from 7 years ago. This was one of my favorite pieces of content that he did. Yep. Awesome. This is my other favorite Philippines YouTuber. This guy's a great guy, Bud Brown. Love his content. The stuff he put out was awesome. I bought some of his courses where he did this course. This dude's a linguist, and he did this course where he one of the few people to do an excellent course on speaking Visaya. Really, really well done. The course was like the way he put it together had videos and downloadables. And I think he abandoned the project, but I thought it was great. I wish he would have kept doing it. I guess he just didn't want to do it anymore. I don't know. Yep. Great guy. Great, great guys. I don't know them personally, never met them, but I like their content. I used to follow them all the time. Since I've been kind of out of the expat space, I don't follow any of it anymore. Do you have plans to retire in the Philippines or overseas? This is a great question. I've thought about it. Right now, my goal is to make enough to where I don't have to retire um, in a lower cost of living place. I want to make enough to where I can easily retire here in the US. But what I'm going to do in the meantime is look for other places that I might want to retire. Would I ever do it in the Philippines? Yes, I would. I love the Philippines, especially Cebu. I'm very much in love with it. Even with all the problems, warts and all, I really enjoy it. I love the people. I love the people are just happier there. Um, even with all with poverty or whatever's happening, like people are just happier there, and of course, your money goes way further, and so that's definitely a benefit. I'm still buying property there. I still have property there that is either being developed or has been developed or we're renting it out. Um, there's businesses we're building up there slowly. So I definitely have a vested interest in the Philippines. And I have so many bonds that changed my life there. Even like Purple Shadow, like that family, like there's certain things that happen that for me were that I will never forget and that mean a lot to me. And so the Cebu itself is kind of like feels like home for me. So that's one place that I would consider going back to Cebu and living there and like buying a really nice home and living there. Maybe one of the richer parts of Manila. I'd consider it. Um, yeah, I would consider it. But do I have plans right now? No. Right now, my plan is to make enough to where I want to make enough to where I can live anywhere. I could live in Europe and retire there. I'm trying to make that much money to where money is not like a problem. I could go anywhere. I'm gonna try Canada. Um, I would like to visit. I would like to visit Ghana to check it out. I just never been to any part of the continent, so I just don't. I just have no idea. I would like to. I'm gonna go check out Costa Rica. I don't think that'll be a place because I've heard it's pretty expensive. But like I said, by the time I'm done with what I'm doing here in the U.S., I won't have to worry. I won't have to consider, oh, it's a lower cost of living or anything. It'll be only about places I feel comfortable. Like it'll just be like I like it because the people are cool. I like it because the environment's awesome. I like it. I want to retire here because I want to be there, whether that's in Germany or in Italy, France, Ghana, Canada, US, wherever it is. Like I don't want to have to consider cost of living anymore. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I just learned from some of the expats that I've met over the years is that the ones who are doing really well, it's not because of cost of living. Like the ones that I met in the Philippines and Thailand, for example, I met a couple guys who were living there and they were really wealthy. They could have put it to you this way. I met this dude who was 27 years old who was already making he was six figures or a million. Like I don't know how much he was making, but he was talking crazy numbers and I was just nodding along like I knew what he was talking about. And this guy was only 27 at the time. This was 10 years ago, about almost 10 years ago now. And this dude could live anywhere. In fact, he used to live in Paris, France. And he was living in Thailand because he liked it. That's how I want to be. That's my goal. To be like that 27-year-old dude who I met so many years ago, who was living there because he liked it. And I met another guy from the UK, and that guy, same thing. He was from London, and he had a laundromat in London and was killing it. He gave the laundromat. He let his son run it. He was just having a great time living in Pattaya, Thailand, just because he felt like it. I want to be like that to where I'm not worried about finances. I'm not there because it's a lower cost of living. And on the other side of the coin, I met guys who had a regular retirement from the military, whatever, and they were in Thailand or in Philippines because it was a lower cost of living, and they're happy and everything. But I want to have the freedom to go wherever the hell I want, and not because I'm not there just because of money. I'm there because I want to be there, and I'm not worried about money anymore. That's my goal. And I want to try out different places in the world to figure out where I want to finally stay. And that might be in the US. That might be Colorado. That might be California. That might be Texas. It might be, I don't know yet. That place will find me, but I got to be ready for the success that's coming. Right? It's already starting to happen. It's really amazing. Like it's already slowly starting to happen. All right, let me see here. My girlfriend's cousin has a lot down the street from James. Oh, a lot down the street. She bought a lot down the street from James. Oh man, that's awesome. That's great. I want to know if they will still accept USD due to the BRICS situation. You think that BRICS is going to be a thing? To be honest, I hope that and for those of you who don't know what BRICS is like Brazil, Russia, India, China, Iran, and a couple of other countries all got together and said, hey, we're going to make our own currency and it's going to challenge the US dollar. US not invited. Everybody else, whole world's invited. US not invited. Get them out of here. And I think South Africa and a couple of other African nations are all come together to make their own worldwide currency. And I wish it worked. But the problem is I can name off 4 problems at least. India, China, Russia, and Iran. Those are 4 problems right there that I have with BRICS. If you notice, all those countries have problems with currency. And I'm not talking about because of the war between Russia and Ukraine, which I'm not even going to get into. I don't have a dog in the fight. It's not my country. It's I have nothing to do with it, one way or the other. But what I'm saying is Russia's not very. Before the war, they weren't very solvent because they were doing crazy stuff with the ruble. And it's the same thing with all these other BRICS nations. South Africa, holy crap. They do shady stuff with their income. You think that the US does shady stuff with the income? These countries are way shadier. Their governments are way shadier. The stuff that India does with their currency, they do all kinds of shady stuff with their currency. Every government, don't get me wrong, like every country does crazy. The US is not an exception to this. You know what I mean? They're not. They just keep printing money. It's all kinds of problems. We could face some sort of hyperinflation because they keep printing money. That is a problem. But these other countries are doing way shadier stuff than the US. If you really actually listen to like the news from their perspective, from the people's perspective, and the stuff that they complain about, they do stuff there that the US people here would not tolerate. They do stuff there that people here would not tolerate. And because of that, because of those nations, those four nations alone, I just don't know how successful. They're just too greedy. They're too greedy. They don't do what's best for the solvency of their own currency. I just don't see them doing any better with BRICS. I wish there was a competitor to the US dollar. I honestly do, because then I would be able to invest in it early, right? I just don't believe in those countries. I don't. And the way currency works is it's the confidence of the stability of that company, of that country, that makes their money good or bad. And I just don't have confidence in any of those nations. Now, I wouldn't want to be a citizen in any of those nations. I would not even one of them, because the way that they treat their citizens. Would I want to go there? Absolutely. Their culture is beautiful, from Russia to India, to excluding the government, right? I'm not even talking about the government. I'm talking about the country, the food, the culture, all that stuff is so awesome, so beautiful, so amazing. I would love to be a part of that and all that. But the governments, man, they're so shady. And not to say the US is not. I'm just, if they could get their shit together, man, that would be awesome, because the US definitely needs a challenger, so they can stop doing dumb shit. If there was an actual competitor, it would be better. Like the EU, I think, is the closest competitor to the USD right now. And I think it's good to have competition in a capitalistic society. And so if BRICS could get their shit together, then that'd be great. I want them to win, but if you look at the track record of the independent of each country that has been involved with it, it just doesn't look good. And that's just my 2 cents, man. I could be totally wrong. I'm not an economist. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm just some dude who's looking at stuff. So I don't know, to be honest. But I want it to do good, but looking at the track record, I just don't think it just doesn't look good, man. Just looking at how the countries do their own people, they do their own currency. They just don't care. Look at some of the stuff. Just look at India, right? Because politically, I don't have a dog in the fight, but look at some of the shady stuff that the Indian government does to their people with their dollar, with their money, with their currency, and you'll see what I mean. I'm not saying like there might be some controversy with the ruble because of Putin or whatever, and all of us have some kind of ideology of what that is or whatever. Put that aside. Like India is a way, China, same thing. Like we're too biased on those two countries. Look at India, right? That's a middle of the road, neutral country that's in BRICS and the most hopeful part of BRICS. Look at what they've done, some of the shady stuff that they've done, and tell me how BRICS can be successful with that kind of, with the stuff that government does to their people. So I wish it would work, but I don't know. Do you and your question was what? I want to know, will they still accept USD due to BRICS situation? I I think once bricks gets rolled out and people start using it, like once it actually is being used, and then their government, those all the governments involved, all those shady ass governments start getting involved and starts doing stupid shit with the bricks, people are gonna be like, nope, I'm out. Give me USD. I think that's what'll happen. Let me see. Okay, Art says, I'm going to Zamboanga, Zamboanga del Norte, Mindanao, to meet my girlfriend's family. Oh man, Mindanao's great. That's southern Mindanao, right? Zamboanga. I think it's southern Mindanao. I've been to Mindanao. Man, that's a beautiful place. That's a beautiful place that no people don't normally talk about. My my ex crazy girlfriend was from Mindanao. She is so crazy, man. Um, let me see. Hey, BrolyCon, how you doing? I'm at work, and I'll catch you on the podcast. Yep, I'll be doing the podcast soon after this. BrolyCon, my man. Oh, Broly, have you seen Dune? Dune 1 and 2 yet? Hey, don't say anything. I'm about to go see Dune after today. I'm excited to go see Dune Part 2, man. I know BrolyCon is a sci-fi guy, so he's oh yeah. Dune 1 was awesome. I've seen it twice already or 3 times, and I'm excited to see Part 2. I mean, I've read the book a couple times too. I'm a huge Frank Herbert fan. I don't think you could be a true hot sci-fi fan without knowing about Dune. Can't wait to see that tonight. Went to Davao to see my goddaughter last April. Man, that's awesome, Art. That's awesome. Yeah, I've been away from the Philippines for about since October, and I'm already like, damn, I'm ready to go back already, but I'm not gonna. I don't think I'll be back until like 2025 or something. It's gonna be a while, maybe 2026 at the latest, but maybe 2025. This year, I'm not gonna go back. I'm pretty sure. All right, guys. I think I've been talking for about an hour. I'm gonna try to keep doing these right before I do my other 2 hour live on my other channel. Yeah, I'll be on my other channel doing a live. Just it's mostly IT stuff. But if you're interested, it's at convocourses.com or just at Convo Courses on YouTube. And we're on TikTok and on Facebook and on all the other channels, all the other platforms. And all I do is talk. It's just open topics and just talk about IT stuff. Take people's questions and sometimes do some teaching on there, stuff like that. Great to see you too, Art. Good talking to you, Broly Khan. Great talking to you, Big Rob. Um, and everybody else, Andy, everybody else. Andy, I still want to talk to you about some stuff, man. That's classified. We can't talk about on here. Hit me up, man. Everybody else who appeared, appreciate you guys. Take care. Take care of yourselves. Have a great time, Art, when you get to the Philippines. Tell Purple Shadow I said hi. And I'm out of here. Later, guys.